Super proud of our girls. We've talked all week about how each game coming up is the most important game of the season. So full focus on Elon, and we did a great job of executing today.
How was it you had a week off? Not really off, I guess, but some time. How did that benefit? I guess they'd be better off to answer.
They can probably answer better than I can.
Okay, I'll take it. I think it came at the perfect time for us. We had some lingering injuries, some illnesses. It just came at the perfect time for us. It was great to get back in the gym, kind of sharpen things up, refocus on this next stretch in the season.
Yeah, I mean, to carry off what Riley said, it was a really good, break that we had. We were able to get in the gym one day and have a workout, and then after that we did hot yoga, and that was honestly a really good way to kind of relax and get our mind set on the week ahead.
How do you think, in terms of coming out, they did in this game, with the time off, there's always a concern probably about being stale. Did you feel like they were pretty fresh right away?
I felt like they were fresh. I would have hoped for a couple more stops than we had in the first quarter, but I was mostly concerned with our offense just because Towson kind of took us out of what we do and who we are offensively. So I really wanted to make sure that we started the game off flowing well offensively, and I think we did. And that once we knew that we could score the basketball, I think that calmed everybody down. In the second quarter, we just came out firing on all cylinders. So we had some great stops. We still scored the basketball. So I knew the first quarter would take us a second to get adjusted, but after that, I think we did pretty well.
I guess a big stat was 24 turnovers for them, only 12 for y'all. I guess, did you feel, was that something you could capitalize on by making?
Yes. Yes. So we watched a lot of film on Elon, and the teams that have beat them have pressured them. So that's what we wanted to do. We started out in red and trapping. We also know that no matter who we're playing, that gets us going. When we're trapping and being aggressive, I think where we have to grow a little bit more is in our communication. Sometimes coming out of the trap, we don't really know where to go. We're not talking through it, and we'll have to adjust that moving into these last couple games of the season. But the trapping, the 12, I think we ended up scoring like 32 points off of their turnover. So that was a huge thing for us and definitely helped us get going offensively.
I don't know necessarily how they calculate fast break points, but it was 18-4. Your own favorite. That's another thing, I guess.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, Coach, if you could just talk about the two milestones. Riley, obviously still season left to go, but entered the top 10 and said knock on the door of top 10 all time from Wagner history.
All season, we've leaned on Riley and Sid to do what they do best, and that's score the basketball and to lead this team. I think everybody feels more comfortable and confident in themselves when they're feeling confident, when they're feeling good. Today, we needed them to play well. Everybody, we had some time off, and I keep bringing up Towson because that was such a sore spot for us after the game, going back and reviewing it and looking at some of the adjustments we could have made. And so being able to lean on them, I think it just makes the team so much more comfortable. It's no surprise to me at all that they're reaching these milestones, right? We tell them to shoot, we are leaning on them to do it, and their teammates really believe in them. So I'm just super proud of them and what they've been able to accomplish this season.
Riley says, if you could talk each about how you play off each other. I guess when you went down there, you weren't able to play, but how much are you able to play off each other out there, do you feel?
A lot. I feel like you can see it when we're on the court together. When one of us is hitting shots, I feel like easier for the other person because then the defense is focusing on one of us, the other one's open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's so much easier when Rye's on the court with me. She takes a lot of attention, so sometimes when she's not open, I'm open and vice versa. So I think it's just really fun, honestly. I love playing with her. It's a really fun time.
Preston is a tough player, but she didn't really do a whole, she had an okay game, nothing special.
Mm-hmm.
But talk about defending her. Was that for you mostly, or?
Well, we were switching. Yeah, we were switching quite a bit on her. I mean, she's a great athlete. She's going to end up being a really good player in this league. And she almost had like a triple-double against us last game. So she was a huge focal point. And then number 23, Evans, was a huge focal point. And McGill. So we had 3 players all week that we talked about, making sure that we took them away. I think that our post players did a great job of trying to front McGill, just making it hard for her to get those points where, I mean, she's just such a powerful post player. It took a lot out of us, and we had to rotate a lot. I think with Preston, us switching helps us quite a bit because she gets smaller guards and they get underneath her, and then she gets bigger guards or Bree on her, and then it forces her to take tougher shots. So we just wanted to throw a lot of things at her to try to calm her down a bit today.
You got
Drexel.
On
Mm-hmm.
Sunday. Not a lot of time. You got to head up there. Let's talk about that game.
You guys want to talk about it?
Sure. I mean, I know we beat them in the first game this season, but I mean, we're coming. Like, we want this win more than anything at this point. So we're just gonna do what we can to prepare tomorrow and be focused and just do what we can to get the win.
Yeah, I don't think I could have said it better. Yeah.
I mean, same. Like I said, every single game that we play is the most important game of the season. Right now we're fighting for seeding in the CAA tournament. We just want to make sure that we're putting ourselves in the best situation possible, and we're putting our very best at the end of the season, right? We've also talked all week about how a lot of teams start fast, but only a few finish strong. So how can we finish? How can we finish practices? How can we finish plays? How can we finish quarters? We're talking a lot about just finishing strong right now. Drexel is a tough opponent. They're number 1 in the league for a reason, right? They have Keyshawn Washington. She scores 40 some days. Like, we know that she's going to be able to score the basketball. But we just have to come together. We have to play as a team. We have to keep energy while we're on the road, which is always harder. Drexel is going to have a great crowd there. So just sticking together and just maintaining that focus on finishing everything. Thank you. Good job, ladies.